Leo. We are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on with you guys, Leo. Leo. All right, Leo. Ten of Wands. Okay. Oh, geez. All right, so maybe feeling friggin' exhausted, maybe carrying a burden. Okay, that kind of stuff. But also maybe, yeah, maybe like at the end of something here, there might be, you know what I gotta tell you? You know when you're very close to the end of something and you get like a friggin' burst of energy? That's almost what I'm getting. So I kind of like that, Leo. So let's see what's going on here. Leo. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, interesting. So you just got the Eight of Swords in the, for one of your positions, and so did Aries, the same position. So, all right, you guys have Five of Swords. This is showing up in the area of your mind. So I feel like there's maybe something you were trying to, you know what I almost understand is like, it's like, all right, how is this going to work? Or if they say this, I'm going to say this. Or if they do this, I'm going to do that. Or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I feel like you're kind of thinking like in a strategic type of way. And I also feel like there's something here that you're like, I need to make sure that like either like I'm getting the last word on something, or that you are, your point's being heard. You know what I'm saying? Something about that. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. So, all right. I think it's being done in a pretty crafty way, whatever's going on. So, all right, Leo. Okay. So in the area of your feelings, you guys have the Eight of Swords. So I wonder if okay, interesting. You know what I got to tell you? I almost understand this as like, being like, okay, I have to like get my story straight, or I have to like lock this in. Like, okay, I like, it's like memorizing something. That's kind of what I think that's what I'm trying to say here, is like feeling like, all right, I need to memorize this. It's almost like I'm memorizing a script, or I'm memorizing like exactly what I'm going to say. Or like, again, it's like, if this happens, this happens. Like, it feels like a flow chart. That's what it feels like here. So I don't know. All right. So let's see. I also wonder if you might be feeling kind of like, I don't know, feeling like this is the only option, or this is the only friggin' like thing that's going to work here, or, you know, something like that. So, all right. I will also say for some of you guys, it could be that you're maybe feeling like somebody around you is possibly a little closed-minded towards something, okay, that kind of thing. And I wonder if in your head you're like, all right, how, like, what can I say to kind of like get them to see what I'm trying to say, or you know what I'm saying, something about that. So, all right, you have the King of Pentacles. This is showing up in your environment, so I feel like this is just a stable energy, okay, something that is like very reliable, or something that is maybe has tradition involved in it, or is like long-standing, something like that. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. That I get this as just like a traditional, long-standing energy of some sort here. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. And I feel like I almost want to say, I feel like you're on like the opposite side of it, or that you're maybe trying to understand somebody else's perspective. But I more so feel like this is you trying to figure out how something is going to work, or making sure that you are making a point so that somebody else can't like miss the point. I don't know. That's what it feels like. So, all right. For your desire here, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there's something that I think that you have your eye on a particular prize. Okay. That's what it feels like. There, maybe there's something here that you're like, I need more money about something. Okay. Maybe this is something in your environment that's friggin' expensive. Okay. With that King of Pentacles. And you could be like, I need to find some like amazing strategy or approach or something here to kind of like, maybe even like get, yourself, like above the competition, or something to kind of like have you stand out in some sense, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe this is something that again requires money, or this could be that it's like, well, this is going to be like the base of whatever it is. This is going to be like the starting block of whatever this is here. Okay, that kind of thing. All right, so you have the Two of Cups, and this is showing up as the possible issue here. So okay, I wonder if you're maybe feeling like something's already been like decided, or the issue could possibly be that you might be feeling like there just might be, I want to say like a not a difference of opinions, but like a clash of some sort. Okay, that kind of thing showing up as this possible issue. Okay, so I don't know, there may be something that you're like, yeah, I wouldn't really choose that thing, or something about that, or this could even be somebody who's just again maybe like disagreeing with something that you're doing here, that kind of stuff. Okay, I also feel like there might be something here where you might be like really wanting a particular connection to be formed, or maybe there has been a connection formed, that kind of stuff. But I feel like you're thinking very much like like methodically, like, or I don't know, there's something interesting about the way that you're thinking here. It's not like it's not a bad thing. It's just like being absolutely sure that something's going to work out, or being like, how can I explain this in a way that I'm going to like kind of like be like the winner, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So all right, I wonder if you're feeling like something has already been decided, or again feeling like that somebody maybe is like, oh, I'm not going with that, or I don't like that thing, or, I'm going to choose something different, or, something like that. So, all right. For your opportunity, you guys have the 10 of Swords here. So I feel like you do have the opportunity to kind of like finalize something. Okay. That kind of situation, finalizing something, or this could even be like breathing life back into something. Okay. But I feel like it again is requiring you, or I think that's why you're thinking of like a specific strategy on how to either like, yeah, like how to like separate yourself from something that maybe is like a rival, okay, or like is something that you're like, I refuse to like lose on this thing, whatever it is. So all right, okay, so it feels like I want to explain myself in a way that there's no way somebody could misinterpret what I'm saying, or you're trying to explain the way, like your point of view or something here. So all right, let's see, Leo. Nine of Pentacles just came out. I wonder if you're feeling like, it's interesting because you know what I'm getting is like, I don't know if you're feeling like you shouldn't be trying to like, it feels like you're supposed to be competitive right now, or supposed to be like doing something that's like giving yourself like a leg up in some situation. But I wonder if you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I know, but should I do that? Or I don't know, something like that. Ace of Cups. Maybe you're just like, yeah, there might be like a real valid reason here why, I don't know. Let's see what's going on. All right. I swear, I drop cards like all the time. All right, so the King of Wands just fell on the floor here. So King of Wands fell on the floor. All right. Okay. All right. I don't really know. So let's keep going. Yeah, like I wonder if you're feeling like, yeah, but does that make me like am I like trying too hard, or I don't know, something like that. So let's see. Or you feel like you have to make up for lost time in something here. I don't know. Why do I also kind of want to say, Leo, that it feels like you feel like you have to like prove yourself in some sense. Okay. That kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe I could be, all right. Okay, so let's see. So with the Five of Swords, you guys have the Seven of Pentacles here. Yes, I feel like there's something that you're either trying to talk yourself around something, or there's like you're like literally thinking of like, this feels like, how do I get around this conversation? It's almost like there's something here that you're like, okay, if they say this, I'm gonna have to say this, that kind of stuff. I do understand you guys being like, I need to have a rebuttal in like the back of my head or something like that, so that you can kind of like, I almost want to say, change the way something is going here. Okay, that kind of stuff. It's like flipping the conversation, or I don't know, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. It feels really friggin' sneaky and planned out, but I think it's just strategic, really. I think it's just strategic, and like being like incredibly like being smart about something, like being kind of savvy about something here. Okay, that kind of stuff. I'll also tell you, there might be something here that you might be thinking like, is it even worth it to get into a particular conflict? Like, what, is this worth it? Like, yes, I might win like, the battle, but am I going to win like the friggin' war, or like whatever it is? I don't really love that example. I don't, wars are not really my thing, guys, but something, I don't know, something like that. So all right, let's see. So you guys have the Eight of Swords and the King of Swords, and this is showing up in the area of your feelings. For some of you guys, I honestly feel like this might be something about, you might be feeling trapped with the information that you know. You might be like, dude, I'm an expert at this thing, and therefore I feel friggin' trapped about something. Okay, that kind of stuff. Here's an example of this. Okay, so I have 3 kids. My youngest son is on the autism spectrum, right? So okay, I've worked in like the autism field like my entire life, like literally it's all I've ever done. That was kind of like I know too much. Like I knew from, I could really go into this story because I knew all the way when I was in college, like, I mean, a decade before he was born. But I mean, the second that he was here, I was like, okay, there's something up. So anyway, I was like hyper aware of all of the little, you know, things that pop up that can be like, okay, that's a red flag, that's a red flag, that kind of stuff. So that's almost what I mean by like knowing too much, okay? Like feeling like trapped because you know too much, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. That sounded like a humble brag, but you know what? Whatever, got my kid into early intervention, so I don't know. But, you know, I don't know, something like that. A very specific, that was a specific example, but I don't know, something regarding that, okay? So yes, it could be that you're feeling like trapped with a particular piece of information, or on the other side of things, you could be feeling trapped, stifled, because it could be that you're like, I need to get this out. I need to get a particular message out, or I need to kind of like correspond with a particular person, but you might be feeling like, I'm friggin' nervous to do this. I'm frozen, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? That could certainly be what's going on here. It might be that in your head, you're like mentally agile and that kind of stuff, but it might be that like when the time comes, like you freeze up, okay? That kind of stuff. I understand that, Leo. I really do. I'm not a Leo, but I really do understand that, okay? I blame social anxiety, okay? That's what I think anyway, because I don't know what's wrong with me. The second I'm in front of people, I'm just like, I forgot everything. So I don't know, but okay. So moving on. You have the King of Pentacles, and then you have it with the Strength card, and this is showing up in your environment here. So I feel like this is somebody who has like really, really good like self-control on something, okay? This is either somebody who either has a whole lot of finances that they can literally like back up something here because they just have a whole lot of finances, that kind of stuff. Maybe they're really good at investing, or they're really good at keeping something like very stable when maybe there's like volatility around, okay? This might be somebody who's just able to kind of like manage I don't know, manage something here. But I really do want to kind of lean on that like strength energy. Sorry, that the strength energy that's showing up in your environment, okay? Because this might be somebody who's reliably like supporting you. You know what I'm saying? Like that strength card, that is you guys. So it could be that that's just what's going on here, okay? That kind of thing. I almost feel like, yeah, it's like somebody is just seeing you as like extremely consistent, or like the obvious choice of something, that kind of stuff, okay? And I also do understand something about possibly a situation that requires maybe a lot of energy and finances, okay? Or time. Could be like, dude, this is a long, this is a time investment, okay? Like that kind of stuff, that could be part of whatever this is. So, all right, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have it with the Knight of Swords here, and this is showing up for your goal. So I feel like this is you guys, I think, wanting to get either more information about something that you are trying to grow larger, or you're trying to maybe again, if this is financial in some sense, maybe there's something that you're like, okay, I have a feeling about this, but I want to make sure this is like a surefire thing. Maybe I'm going to ask somebody else, or get, you know, another opinion on something, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. I also feel like there is something here that you're maybe wanting to have like an immediate return on something that you are either growing, or that you're seeing as like, this is an actual like possibility, or, you know, that kind of stuff. What I'll also tell you here is I'm getting something about, I wonder if there was maybe like a bad investment, something like that, maybe in the past here. And I wonder if you are in the energy of wanting to like recoup on that, or to like kind of get somewhere before something, I don't know, correspond in some way about some opportunity or something here, okay? Before something, I don't know, that's what I'm feeling. So you have the Four of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do. I feel like this, I feel like it's like making sure that you're getting someplace on time, or that you are able to, again, finalize something, or be like, okay, hold on, like, it's like hold the place right there, or something like that, like a placeholder of some sort, that kind of thing. I feel like there's something in that, okay? But I also think there might be something about, it's almost like I'm understanding something about working on something at home, but I feel like you start something somewhere else, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna work on it at home because I feel more free here. I feel like I have like, I don't know, like this is like the best way to accomplish something, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that, okay? That is what I'm understanding. I do understand something about like a level of like freedom, something regarding that, okay? And I gotta tell you, like, I feel like there's something about like kind of being okay with like, or like making a wish about something, or at least like feeling like there's a possibility to enter into something, you know, that kind of stuff. So you have the Four of Pentacles, and this is showing up as as what to avoid here. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely something about like to not like hold yourself back on something, okay? That kind of stuff. And I think that this is an energy to possibly, I almost want to, I gotta tell you, I almost want to say like be friggin' like kind of grateful about whatever's going on here, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like holding, maybe I gotta tell you, this might just be something you have to splurge for. I swear to God. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm getting the energy of splurging for something for a really good reason here. And I'm telling you, I think it's like, there's another way to do something, or this is like the way that's going to kind of like, you're like, this is going to be the best return. This is going to think that's going to like, I'm going to be able to see like the efforts of like all the like mental thinking and organizing and this, that, the other, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, you know, don't hold back on something or you know, that kind of stuff. It just feels like kind of, I don't know, being more in the flow with something, which is such a vague statement, but that's, I don't know, that's what I'm feeling with that. So, all right, you have the Two of Cups and you have it with the Four of Cups, and this is showing up for the possible challenge or the issue here. So, okay, I think that there might be something that it's like, okay, I like this thing or I chose this thing, but is that really going to work? That kind of stuff, okay? That could certainly be part of whatever this is. It does feel like you're kind of trying to find like a way around something, or you're trying to kind of see like, is this worth the struggle? Is this worth me explaining everything and kind of moving things around and like, you know, that kind of stuff. Is like, is it worth it in some sense? I will also say for some of you guys, I wonder if you were partnered up with somebody, and I wonder if that partnership is kind of coming apart in some sense, okay, or there's a disagreement or whatever the heck it is, that kind of thing, okay, or again, like clashing, butting heads on something, and I wonder if it's now like, okay, now I have to reevaluate this whole thing, okay, it's like there's something that feels maybe like not right, or it's again not fitting or something like that, okay, that kind of stuff. I also wonder if the part of this is you might be like, God, but you know what, if I don't do this thing, are they gonna is this ever going to be brought back to me again, or am I going to have this opportunity again, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So you have the Page of Pentacles. This is showing up as what to do. I feel like this is just correspondence, messaging of some sort, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is like letting somebody know what it is that you're like wanting to maybe like gain abundance, or a particular thing that you're, maybe it's a new job, or you know, a big purchase of some sort, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. I think that there's something about maybe like letting somebody know that in some sense, or chipping in the best way that you can, that, you know, something regarding that. But I do think there's something about corresponding, or giving somebody a message, or opening a message, or there's something about that, okay, that kind of stuff. I also want to say like a starter kit. That was like a thing like years ago, like on like Instagram and stuff. You'd be like, oh, like starter kits, like I don't know, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so you guys have the Tower, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I think I would avoid like any like major surprises, that kind of stuff, but I would also avoid like, you know, okay, there is something about being a little bit okay with maybe not knowing exactly what the result is going to be of something, that kind of stuff, okay? So I think that this is maybe avoid feeling like there is not going to be any surprises or anything that's like, oh, this randomly popped up, or, oh, we have to deal with this thing like right now. That's almost what I'm feeling, is like there might be something where it's like, you have to deal with this right now, or, you know, whatever the heck it is, okay? That kind of stuff. What I will also say is I want to say avoid forcing an awakening on somebody else, okay? That kind of stuff. Like we cannot make somebody like see the world in the way that we want them to, or first of all, we don't, who are we to make somebody see the world the way that we want them to, you know, that kind of stuff. But I almost understand that is like, you know, it's like not waiting to the last minute of something, but and then I also understand, again, not forcing like somebody else to like have some major like realization of some sort. Like I don't know that we can do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I hope that makes sense. So, all right. Okay. So you guys have the Ten of Swords, and you have it with the Page of Swords here. This is for your opportunity. Weird. For some of you guys, I'm understanding that you might have the opportunity to maybe gossip about somebody, or this could be you guys having the opportunity to possibly overhear maybe somebody else like gossiping about somebody else, that kind of stuff, okay? That certainly could be what it is. And I swear to God, Leo, I feel like if that's the case, you're like, I'm keeping that in my back pocket, dude. Like I'm keeping that for if I need it, or that kind of stuff. And that's what I'm saying about this. Feels like a little bit sneaky, but you listen, dude, I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, all right. Okay, I also think that there's maybe a way to actually even finalize I want to say like a repeated thought, a repeated question. Okay, there might be something here where somebody's maybe asking the same question over and over again. Okay, or you might be like presented with like the same like intrusive thought over and over again. I think you have the opportunity to friggin' squash that, finalize it, that kind of stuff. Okay, and I also think I gotta tell you, I think there's somebody around you that is gonna like I want to. I picture somebody like offering you like really like nice words right when you need it, or like you know, some like a boost of confidence, or something like right when you need it. And I understand that as like, remember that, like keep that in the back of your head. Let that be the voice in the back of your head. You know, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. So all right, that's another thing. I would say that there's maybe something where it's like even listening to maybe like your inner voice, that kind of stuff, kind of listening to that and really kind of seeing like, okay, is this fear based or is this like information? You know, that kind of stuff. Actually, they're both information, really. Okay, but you know, okay, so let's see. So you have the King of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to do here. So yes, I'm telling you, for some of you guys, if this does have something to do with like purchasing something, there is something about splurging. I don't know how else to say it. It's like, this might be something where it's like, no, this is the thing to spend money on, or this is the thing to like commit a certain amount of your time to, or, you know, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Okay. For some of you guys, maybe there is something in the realm of doing something that's maybe more of a surefire thing, or doing something that it's like, I know this thing is gonna you know what it is, I gotta tell you, it's like about like being like faithful and committed to something here. Okay, so again, if this is maybe I don't really know where this Ten of Swords and this Page of Swords is popping up in your reading, but I'm definitely understanding this about like, you have the opportunity to like you get to control where like information ends, or like the way something is being like talked about, or something about that. I don't know, there's something in that. Okay, so I feel like maybe this is like, you know, being faithful, being committed to the thing that you already are faithful, committed to, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. All right. Okay, and then you have the Five of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So maybe this is avoid showing the like anything that you're like, well, that's going to make me look this way or that way, a way that maybe you're not wanting to be perceived, or whatever the heck it is. That could be part of whatever this is. All right, is just being like, well, don't show the things that you are maybe feeling like, I don't want to be seen for that, you know, that kind of stuff. And also, this could be avoid feeling like you have to hide yourself. I mean, this is such a personal thing, you know, like that's going to be up to you how you feel on it. I'm not going to tell you like how you feel about your own situation, but I do feel like there is something about like, here's the thing, if you're able to like kind of let yourself be seen for flaws, or whatever the heck it is, like that is a good thing. Okay, because people like other humans. Like, it's nice to see things that are real. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That aren't like, you know, 9,000 filters on them and this, that, I mean, Jesus, you know, it's like, can we just be human for like 2 seconds here? You know, that kind of thing. So, you know, I'm kind of feeling something about that. All right. That kind of stuff. I'm also getting somebody like being like, dude, I'm telling on you. I'm straight up telling on you with that Five of Pentacles. So, all right. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys, Leo. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.